you didn't think you were going to get a 1,500 drunk German singing happy birthday when you tuned in this evening, but you have, because Dave Chisnall's turning 35 today and he's looking to celebrate with a win over Jan Dekker. Mr. Coat versus international vest wearer of 2014, Dave Chisnall. Duking it out in the second round of the European Darts Trophy here at the RWE Sporthalle in Mulheim, Germany. I'm Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one, alongside me, Rob Malarkey.
Yeah, happy birthday, Dave Chisnall, but will it be a happy progression into the third round here in Mulheim? Well, he is an overwhelming favourite to see off Jan Dekker, but let's not overlook the masterclass in finishing that the Dutchman produced yesterday to beat Jamie Bain by 6 legs to 3, missing just one darter a double, and he kicked things off yesterday with finishes of 160 and 106 as well. 10 years between the two. Chizzy 35 today, Dekker just 25 years of age. Plenty of time for him to develop further over the next few years or so. Similar age to Michael van Gerwen, of course.
Game on!
But certainly moving in the right direction at times. Jan Dekker with the advantage of throwing first hit. And it's a fairly solid start as well. Playing for the right to meet Justin Pipe in the third round tomorrow. The number 9 seed advancing earlier today, beating Mensur Suljovic in a real brutal war of attrition. Chizzy just a bit more quick fire and a bit more rapid than both of those two players.
58.
Yeah, it was a mad game. That Mensur Suljovic, Justin Pipe won. Pipe looked like he'd given up. Suddenly found himself in the deciding leg. He kicked off 180 and managed to get the job done.
Well, this already represents Dekker's best performance in the European Tour this year. He also qualified for the German Masters in Munich at Easter time, but he was beaten in the first round by Benito van der Pas,
83.
who suffered a surprise exit earlier today as well. Chizzy will be hoping to avoid an upset here. Number 8 seed this weekend, Chizzy.
Here we go. Just a ton 40, but it gets him down to a finish on the Dekker throw in this opening leg. Wild first start from the Dutchman.
125.
Good adjustment though.
Dobie requires 68.
So 68 should get at least one dart. And it's a double 16. Gets it. Encouraging start for Dave Chisnall fans. Looking pretty smooth. He does have that sort of jerk of the head when things aren't going quite right, but when he keeps that under control, he is absolutely lethal. Former finalist at the Grand Prix and the Grand Slam, and of course the Lakeside. Losing to Phil Taylor twice in the PDC finals and Martin Adams in the other.
43.
One or two birthdays around this time of the year, by the way. Michael Smith will be 25 on Friday. He'll be in Innsbruck next weekend for the European match play.
Yeah, the defending champion here, of course.
He's on stage later. He was more than happy to have his cigarette break interrupted outside for a photo opportunity and an autograph here and there. Great to see autographs being asked for, by the way. I thought that was a dying art.
Did you ask him for an autograph?
No.
Right.
A boy of about 10 outside asked him for one, and I thought that's great to see. I thought that was a dying art form, but the autograph is just as popular here as it was 25, 30 years ago.
No, it's going straight on eBay, man. Don't be naive.
Anyway,
Chizzy looking to fill it up. And again, has to settle for the 140, but gets himself down to a manageable finish, and that is a long way off Jan Dekker.
58. Dobie requires 60.
So no real pressure on this for Dave Chisnall, and he'll be, well, going for double top and double 10.
44.
He will return. 10 PDC titles for Dave Chisnall. Yet to win one of the major ones, but
58. Debut required 20.
Won a European Tour event. That was in 2013. Beat Peter Wright in the final of that one as he looks at double 10 for a 2-0 lead and gets it. 2-0 to Chiz.
There's manager watching on. He'll be pleased with how things are going so far.
He hasn't had any presents for his birthday, Dave.
60.
Not even from Rog, his manager.
Well, firstly, there's time yet.
Well, no, I've asked them both. He goes, no, I'm not getting anything.
What do you buy Dave Chisnall, though?
Well, what do you buy, Dave?
What do you buy the man who's almost got everything? The man who picked up 75 grand for reaching the semi-finals in his debut season in the Premier League. A man who claimed his first ranking victory in more than 18 months by beating Ian White in a Players' Championship final in May. He's already, as he said, had success on the European circuit.
Yeah, he was struggling to qualify for these at the start of the year, but
yeah, failed in the first three, didn't he? But eventually made it through to Venray for the Dutch Masters. He was one of the seeds there, so he didn't have to qualify.
And there's the 180 that he's been threatening to hit. And it means that it's a potential 11-darter again on the Dekker throw.
Indeed it is. Dekker just checking his whereabouts with Rusbury. 9-16, one assumes for Chizzy for a 3-0 lead. Stopped in his tracks momentarily, but double 8 is taken out for a 3-0 lead. Just the two whitewashes so far this weekend. Sulovic seeing off Christian Serta in round 1 yesterday, and then earlier today Kim Huybrechts winning his match 6-0 against Max Hopp. Brutal stuff from the Belgian.
Yeah, it really was. And you have to say, the way that the first 3 legs have gone here, it is already,
96.
you know, a very real possibility. 2 breaks of throw in those 3 legs. Dave Chisnall averaging just over 100. Dekker in the mid-80s. That is a gulf. And the main thing about that is, it's a full visit to the board. You know, if they're both averaging, you know, in the 90s or even, you know, 15 points in the averages, and it's just 95 to 80.
59.
Still getting it done in 6 visits to the board. But right now, Chizzy's only taken 5. And that's enough. And he's in the treble again.
140.
Yeah, he's in a good place right now, Chizzy. Dekker would love just to get a leg on the board here.
90.
And that will set it up quite nicely again. Jan Dekker needs something, and he's getting something. What's he waiting for? Need another one in there, surely. That's what the pause was about.
Stick it in the treble 20 and we'll talk about your options later. 20 and tops then for 4-0.
38.
So a chance for Jan Dekker. It may need to go. 116 he needs. 96, and he's blocked his path. Can he just slide it over the top there? He can. What a dart that is. Jan Dekker, double 18. Race back. What a check out that is. Made things difficult for himself with that first dart, but more than made up for it with that second one.
Well, he'll be breathing a little easier now. That will have eased a lot of tension that was perhaps building up inside him.
96.
Maybe it's just what he needs to turn the tide, and importantly for him, his finishing appears to still be
97.
as good as it was in the opening round, when he only missed 1 dart at doubles against Jamie Bain. Only averaged around 90 in that match as well, which is pretty much what he's doing here. The scoring was not particularly impressive, but once he did give himself a chance at the end of legs, he was absolutely clinical.
140.
Yeah, coming down from the 19s, because 5 19s would leave the 170. That's why he's staying there, even though it's not a great line. Well, he'll have 7 of them, why not? That leaves the 1-3-2. Talon gets Chizzy to a finish, but it's a tricky one at 1-6-4. Now, treble 19 for Ball. Gets the treble.
Go on, son, fill your boots.
Oh, 1-3-2 check out for Jan Dekker. Wow. He is finishing everything, Jan Dekker.
That's a very different game now. There we were talking about whitewashes. Jan Dekker's having none of that.
34.
Well, we know he's got quality. Two-time Lakeside semi-finalist. But at the same time, he's a man who failed to make it through Q School at the start of the year. So he's a man who can blow hot and cold, it's fair to say. First 3 legs, very cold. Since then, scolding.
90.
Chizzy still has the advantage though. Hold his throw here and he's re-established a 2-leg lead.
Yeah, I don't think Chizzy will be panicking just yet, but it's just a gentle reminder that Dekker won't be brushed aside so easily.
90.
And Chizzy needs to finish off opportunities like this. Double 18 he needs for a 4-2 lead. Well,
51.
He'll be back with Dekker on 266.
Well, he likes double 18, does Dave Chisnall. He's got 3 clear darts at it. Well, that wasn't particularly close.
Double 9 can be a problem. And, well, he's not there yet, but he will be back again. It's just as well that Dekker didn't post a significant total last time around. And he won't do either this time around either. Well, he's managed to find a treble 20 in the end.
But the thing is, Chizzy knows if you give this lad a sniff, very dangerous. Double 2. It's good enough though for Dave Chisnall to reassert that 2-leg advantage.
Yeah, just about. It's just as well that he had so many opportunities there. Otherwise, it could have been 3 apiece.
34.
Adrian Lewis and James Wilson hot on the heels of this one. 2-time world champion waiting patiently in the wings. Seeded 4th for this event here, by the way. Lewis and Wilson playing for the right to meet Terry Jenkins tomorrow in round 3.
34.
And then it's Michael van Gerwen and Adam Hunt in the 4th match of the night.
135.
Just the 60. Knocked down to a finish. Can Chisnall get there? Just saw that little jerk of the neck there from Dave Chisnall as he pulled that low. What great display of cover shooting that is, and that means that he is down to a finish, albeit a big one at 137. Dekker's blocked his path to the treble 20, but matches Chizzy. And the treble 19, and you see there, he went back up for the 20s and found it very difficult. Had to go for it in 96.
Yeah, it requires 76.
Well, he just had to set it up after missing that first treble there. Dekker, though, on 76. Well, that leaves 18s again.
58.
Now, Chizzy, does he go double 19? He goes at it and he hits it. It's a 13-darter, a breaker throw, a 5-2 lead, and Dave Chisnall's on the brink of the last 16.
That was a very confident looking dart, wasn't it? Just the way that landed, absolutely plumb. We saw a couple of instances yesterday where you could see players just hesitating with the option of splitting it and leaving double 16, but Chizzy there, well, it was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant darts. Just what he needed, that as well. A confident throw.
We know Chizzy's an enormous scorer. He's only at 180, having said that. He's at 9 140s so far today. This could be another. Well, it won't be. We know he's a big scorer, and he's told me that the longer games go on, I know I will get into my rhythm at some point. I can pay the price for slow starts on occasion. There you see 14 1-3-1+ scores from Dave Chisnall. That first 9 average of 118. And over 163. It is the doubles that's always the question mark about Dave Chisnall's game. And he said that he's approached it in different ways. Sometimes he pauses, sometimes he just gets on with it, and he's not found
57.
the perfect formula as yet. If he does, everyone had better watch out. Because as Gary Anderson has proved, if you marry
60.
reliable finishing with power scoring, there's not a great deal that can stop you. And he's left himself 120 for the match here, Dave Chisnall, and it doesn't look like Jan Dekker. Well, he's managed to get himself down to a finish with that last dart, but it may be too little too late. As Chizzy, well, he needs to find the treble 20, and he's blocked his path to it. He moves across the oche, doesn't find it.
100.
Well,
And you require 156.
Dekker, well, he's got plenty of room for another one of those to leave double 18 again. Double 18 to reduce the gap to 5-3. Really fancied him to take that out. He just seemed to be on a crest of a wave there. But it allows Chizzy a chance to get back in here. Double 10 taken out at the first time of asking. And Dave Chisnall, the birthday boy, has reason to smile and reason to celebrate. He's beaten Jan Dekker by 6 legs to 2. Racing into a 3-0 lead. Dekker got a couple of legs on the board, but Chizzy responded in kind. Difficult to read too much into that performance, but a win's a win for the number 8 seed, and it's the man from St Helens who goes through to face Justin Pipe in the 3rd round tomorrow. We'll grab a quick word from Chizzy with Elmar Polka in a moment or two. Just to remind you that up next, once again, we've got Adrian Lewis, the number 4 seed, in action on the stage here in Mulheim, up against James Wilson for the right to take on Terry Jenkins tomorrow. As Dekker exits the stage, let's hear from your latest winner, Dave Chisnall.
Jan didn't play very well. He's come back in the game a bit late, and I was steady, and that's all I have to be there then.
How important was the Premier League season this year? I mean, there was a great Premier League you played. How important was it for your game and perhaps to do the next step?
Yeah, Premier League was brilliant. I prepared for it. I played well, and now it's the back end of the season, so if I can set my game to that level of what I did in the Premier League, I could do very well.
See you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Dave Chisnall.